Hello guys, hope you got the solving of the other question we solved just now. So right here is we got to solve the second question with four constraints given. So I have the question right here with me. So we just finished solving this particular one right here. So we're about to solve the second question. And remember the question is from the book Introduction to the Study of Operations Research and Techniques, second edition by Professor F.O. Ipotoki from Campus Ali University in Edo State. So the second on the list of the question is what is a maximization question that says to maximize z equal to what 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3 plus 7x4. So right here you can see that we have four constraints here, and the four constraints are what the x1, x2 and x3, x4. Then subject to what 3x1 plus 2x2 plus
Father God, I am just learning how to pray.
plus 7x4. So before we solve this, we're going to launch our Microsoft Excel environment, and I hope you know how to launch your Microsoft Excel environment. So to launch your Microsoft environment, you go to your start button down on the screen, then right click if you're using Windows 8, then search. On your search list, just write the shortcut for Excel, which is what EXC. Then you can see it right here that the first on the search list is what Microsoft Excel 2007. So here comes Microsoft Excel, comprising of the row and the column. So let's make everything side by side. Question and our Microsoft environment. Alright, you can see it now. So the question says what? Maximization question. So let's label it. And before I proceed from here, let me introduce the book to you once again. The book is what? Introduction to what? To the Study of Operation Research and Techniques by Professor F.O. Ipotoki. So it's not my book, it's my lecturer's book. So I'm just trying to like make it easier for you out there. Alright, let's get back to business. Then the question is what? Maximization question. So label your A1 cell as what? A maximization question. Alright, so we can extend our cell from here down to this place. After your labeling of the title or the topics of your question, then you move to the next cell, which is what? The objective. Don't forget the objective. Your objective, and the objective is what? Is to find a maximization, which is the profit. Then your profit, yeah. Then here is where we're going to impute our maximization, the question right here, this particular question right here, this 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3 plus 7x4. Here is where we're going to impute the formula, but we haven't defined our words, our x1 yet, our x2, for the constraint given. So next on the cell is what? Is our constraint. And the constraint given, we have what? X1. The next one is what? X2. Next is what? X3, then finally X4. So we labeled our four constraints as losing initial value of what? 0, 0, 0, and finally 0. So after we define our constraints, we can, before we move to our subject to, we can actually define our profit here, because since we have gotten our we have defined our constraints, so we can actually input our formula for the profit here. And remember, inputting formula in Microsoft Excel, always remember to first type your word equal to sign, then equal to. From your equal to sign, then what we have is what? Remember, is here. So it's 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3 plus 7x4. So you write what? 3. Then 3 multiplied. To write your multiplication sign, hold the shift button and what? And the F8 and the 8 button. So let me show you on the screen. To write your shift button. Just I can show you right here. So to write a shift button, your 8 sign, just first hold the shift. This is the shift button. When you hold it, then you press this 8 here. Okay, this is the 8 button. So when you can see that I've already on my cap lock. So you hold your shift, then you click on this 8. So the sign multiplication will show on the screen. So that's how to use your multiplication sign. So after inputting your multiplication sign, the next is what? Is to put your x1, and the value of our x1, the initial value is what? Is 0, which is what? Is on the cell B9. So you write B9. So when you're through with your 3x1, then followed by the sign shift and plus. And to press your shift and plus, you go back to your button, then you first hold the shift. This is the shift button. Hold it. When you hold it with the finger, then you click on what? This sign here, where you have your plus and your equal to sign. Immediately you press it, plus displayed on your screen. So you can. So we have what? 3x1, then plus what? 2x2. So you write a 2, then multiplied. And what represent our x2 right here is what? B10. So we have what? B10. Then the next one is what? Plus what? 5x3. That is what? 5 multiplied by what? B11. That is B11. Then finally plus what? 7 multiplied by what? B12. That is B12. So you press your enter key. Then on the enter key, what you see on the screen is what? Is 0. But if you want to see what you have input into the formula, then you see it on the top of the screen here, which is 3 multiplied by B9, which represents the word x1. Then you can see it right here. So when you finish inputting this code, then now we are moving down to what? To define our subject to. This is our subject to here. So you label the next cell here as what? Subject to. Then on our subject to, the first we have is what? We have 3x1 here. It's our first subject. We have what? 3x1, 3 multiplied by what? First input your equal to sign. Equal to what? 3 multiplied by what? B9, then plus 2 multiplied by B10, 2 multiplied by what? B10, then plus here is x3, then we have multiplied by what? B11 x3, then plus again, then 7, then multiplied by what? B12 here. Then when you're through with that, you press your enter key button, then equal to what? Equal to less than equal to what? 8. Put your 8. Then you come to the next subject here. We have what? 5x1, 5 equal to sign 5 multiplied by what? B9, then plus what? X2, which is what? B10, plus B10, then plus 2x3, 2 multiplied by what? B11, then finally plus 4 multiplied by what? B12. So when you're through with repeat your formula, enter button, then you come to the opposite, the next cell, which is equal to what? Greater than equal to what? 7, then enter. Then the third subject is what? We have our 4x1, then you write your equal to sign, then you write what? 4 multiplied by what? B9, then plus, then after plus 4 multiplied by what? B9, that is plus. Then we have a here I can see on our first subject here, the first subject will, okay, let's finish with this. 4 multiplied by what? B9, then plus what? X3, and our X3 is what? Which is B11, then plus, oh, it's minus this time, minus 2x4, that is 2 multiplied by what? B, and minus 2 multiplied by x4, and x4 is what? B12. 2 multiplied by x4, that is B12. Then put your formula, then you check equal less than equal to what? 12. So when you're through with this, let's confirm what we have input into the exam environment. Then the first subject is what? You can see it right here, 3B9, yeah, then 3B9. After 3B9 we have 2x2, that is 10, then B11, then after B11, oh, there is no what? 7 here, is out of it. We only stop at what? X3. You can see it right on the screen, so which is equal to what? So we can't go back to it. Let's check it now. It's correct now. Okay, so we have a 3x1 B9, 2x2, then plus what? Plus B11, and B11 is what? X3. So that one is alright. Then equal to 8. Then move to the next cell. Now we are confirming if what we have input is correct. So we see 5b9, that is 5x1 plus what b10, this is x2, then plus 2x3, that is 2 multiplied by b11, then plus 4 multiplied by b12, that is 4x2, that is we are through that, then equal to 7. Then the third one is what, 4 multiplied by b9, that is x1 plus b11, and b11 represents what, x3, then we have minus 2 multiplied by what, x4, which represent b12, so equal to 12. So now on our label list is what, is non-negativity. Non-negativity. Now the first non-negativity we have is what, is x1, x2, x3, x4 all equal to what, 0. And what percent our x1 on our first negativity is what, on our the first negativity is what, is x1, and x1 is what, b9, that is what, b9, that's our x1 equal to what, 0. Then the next one is what, b10 equal to what, b10, then equal to what, 0. Then the third one is what, b11 equal to what, b11, enter, then equal to what, 0. Then while finally the x4 is what, b12 equal to 0. So finally input our values here on the Microsoft Excel. So next thing to do now is to launch our server, Microsoft Excel server. And remember, before you launch your Microsoft Excel server, first click on your what, on your objective, which is what, here, which is what, 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3 plus 7x4. So right here, when you click on it, then you leave it there while you now drag your mouse towards to data. When you go to data, then remember last on the right hand side is what, our server. So you launch your server here. So it's already indicated, which is what, b5. And the question is about what, maximization. So it's already indicated maximization as the default, unlike the first question we did, which is minimization. We have to change the setting here, we can make amendment here, but right here is what, maximization. So right here, what cell are we changing? The cell we are changing is what, is the cell we first defined on our own, which is the what, the 4 constraint given, which is what, x1, x2, x3, x4. And the default setting, the first value number we give to it was what, 0 0 0 0. Right now we are changing this cell. So let's ask the computer to guess for us. It's always guessing right when your inputting is right. So you click on guess. So it's from what, b9 to what, b12. You see the colon in between to indicate that from b9 to b12 is the cell I'm changing. So I first put is 0 0 0. Now give me the original value in your sorting. So it gets it right for you from b9 to b12. Then the next one is what, to add your subject to. It says subject to the constraint. Now you click on your add. So on your add now is what, is scroll down a little bit. So the first add is here, add this, then the sign in between them is what, less than equal to, and we already have it here, less than equal to what. You click here also, then you click on your cell that consists of your answer for the value, which is what, 8, which is C14. So you are through with that one. Then you click on your add button, then add, then you go to the next one, which is what, B15, then the sign there is what, greater than equal to 7. So you change this sign here, which is greater than equal to what, 7, and decide that the cell is what, C15. Then continue to add up your subject to. Then the third one is this, then the sign there is what, less than equal to, it's already there. Then you come to this place, then you click on your set deposit of your 12, it's already added to. Then add again. Now it's our non-negativity, so we add our first non-negativity, then the sign for it is greater than equal to or, so greater than equal to, then 0. Add again the next one, greater than equal to here, then equal to what, 0, right, second one. Then you move to the third one, yeah, then you click on your greater than equal to, then third one, then finally the last one right here is this, then greater than equal to, then equal to what, 0. Then immediately finish adding up, no need to add again. So what you're going to do now is to click on your OK button. This is OK. So you see all what you have input into the Excel server environment. So this is what we have input, starting from our B14, and B14 represent our what, the first subject to. So B14 to what, B16 is our what, subject to. From B16, then from B18 to B21 is our what, non-negativity. So right here we change our setting, go to the option button, click on your option button, then assume linear model. Then when you're through with that, you click on your OK. From your OK, then before you now finally move down to what, solve. Now you can see it on the screen that the Excel have already changed to the value, to the final value of your question. So right here, for us to make amendments to the question, so we click on what, restore my original values. Then after installing that, then we can get reports here. What happened? Oh, keep server, so can keep server. Alright, the answer is just to view. So maximize this page, you can see it on your screen. Your profit is what, 12.25. then your value for x1 is what, minus 1.2 times 10 to the power minus 16 is negative answer. Then your value of x2 is what, 0, 0. Then your x4 is what, 1.7, subject to minus 3.7. E represent 10 raised to power, 10 raised to power what, minus 16, then equal to this, and I can say you are done with Microsoft Excel. Thanks for watching.